Habari, good morning or good day. I'm going to, I will try to show you the magic stick to the problems which we were discussing from the morning, how to transform our societies and our future generation into the Dorothy and Toto, using the metaphor the ambassador was using, instead of transforming them into the operator with the dog. So the example from Georgia, the very small country, which is located in the Europe on the Black Sea coast, recently became the candidate country of European Union. The country, you see the sentence with the beautiful letters, with the beautiful Georgian letters, which is the alphabet, one of 14 in the world. This is the ancient country, and there, which states that the 20% of Georgia's territories is occupied by Russia. So this is the country with a history, with very strong challenges, but still managing to go forward. And I can tell you that in 2022, we managed to increase our economy with 2 digits. Also in this development goes on. And our IT sector it has increased by 31% last year, and it's increased 10 times in last 5 years. And foreign investments last year have been increased by 87% in IT sector and technologies. So how Georgia managed to do so? What are the success factors which were driving this development? First of all, I agree to the previous speakers that for countries like ours, the developing countries, it is an advantage to step in this technology sector and leverage our economies because this is the new development for everybody. And like Mr. Ilvi was saying that like in 90s, the internet was the advantage. Now the Internet of Things, the cloud computing, the deep tech and so on is the advantage which we are able to use in our era. So Georgia, as development, we can say that there are some success factors, and I will focus on skills, of course, but I would like to highlight also the other factors like government, governing the digital government, governance, also the creation of infrastructure, creation of different tax incentives was the factor, definitely. In Georgia, there is only 5% income tax and all the taxes for everybody who invests from outside to Georgia, which increased the attraction, of course, and also the connectivity. That there are only 30% of small villages left without the connectivity. The rest of country is covered. I would like to say a few words about the digital governance. We have a special agency on that, which develops the cybersecurity infrastructure, which develops the services for citizens, all the data accessibility, everything is run digitally. But the most important driver of change, I would say, is the skills ecosystem. We believe in Georgia that the human beings, the citizens of our country, have to be not users of technology and not to be the resource in the technology-driven economy, but they have to become drivers and they have to become the players in the key main role in the digital economy. So for that, we are, first of all, looking at the international trends. What is happening globally? What are the changes made globally? So according to the World Economic Forum's Future of the Job report, which is published every 3 years, the 6 out of 10 citizens in the coming 3 years will have to be retrained in terms of technology changes. And the technology skills demand will grow in the following sectors. As you see, all the key sectors are listed here, starting from the care and health sector, followed by the financial services, energy, employment services, the chemical industry, and so on and so forth. So that means that we are not talking about the people to be involved in the technology field, so-called IT specialists and professionals, but we are talking about everybody. So we are talking about the entire economy. Every sixth person out of 10 have to be retrained. If we look at the top demanded skills on the rise in the next 3 years, we can see that, sorry, it's very hard to see because it's so small, but you can see that the top skills on demand are creative thinking, analytical thinking, technological literacy, curiosity and lifelong learning, resilience, and so on and so forth. These are the key competences, my friends. So we are not talking about the technical skills only, which we equip our people and citizens and let them go on the market, but it's about the key competences which have to be developed throughout the life. And finally, if you look at the barriers which the companies are listing for the technology transformation and digital transformation, the skills gaps are on the first place. So the skills they list, they say that skills are more important than access to the finance, than the hardware, than the connectivity, than the other infrastructure problems related to the technology. So the skills are the core, because the people are the ones who enable transformation and not the technologies. So what do we do in Georgia? We created two major players, two major agencies in the country. This is Jeta, the Innovation and Technology Agency, which enables and supports the startups and companies to transform. And this is Skills Agency of Georgia, agency which I represent for 3 years already. And I was in the leading role to establish the agency back in 5 years ago. So Jeta does everything which is related to the startups, to the advanced technology skills, coding skills, and so on and so forth. They have different programs where everybody can engage, get some grants, and become leaders of transformation. They have even the boot camps for children to rise the awareness on technology and the basic skills. And also there are some e-learning platforms offered by Jeta and by Skills Agency as well. So let's look at the values. What are the key core values our reform stands on? These are, first of all, the orientation on people, because we are a very small country. We cannot, Mr. Ilvi was talking about this advantage of small country against the big one when it comes to people unemployment due to digital transformation. In our case, we thought that we need to transform our peoples into the innovators, the ones who are driving the change. And in this case, we are not looking at the people as the batteries and the employees only to batteries to economy, but the ones who create the value. The value creation for future. So this is the long-term look into the future, future-oriented policies, and the most important, shared ownership. So therefore, we initiated the setup of the ecosystem of skills in Georgia together with the private sector. So Skills Agency is established by the public sector, by the government, and by the private sector. So as it was announced, we have the supervisory board where 6 chairs belong to one sector and 6 to another. So it's an equal partnership platform where decisions are made by 2 of the parties. But beyond that, we have a very innovative solution where we came up with the SSOs. These are the sector skills organizations. In every sector, we created umbrella organization where the sector associations and employers are sitting together, discussing the future of their sector in terms of skills and competences. And this is most important core to the reform, because ICT skills, sector skills organization is the one who came up with the most driving changes in the country. They work with the other sectors as well, because as we see, it's not about the technology sector development only, but it's about the transforming the traditional sectors digitally. So we came up with the new methodology of qualification development. We came up with the new skills, new platforms of exchange. We have introduced selfie methodology, which is self-assessment for the organizations in terms of digital transformation. We came up with the new modalities of learning and training. We believe that the boundaries between the different education systems, because that's by purpose I didn't mention higher education or vocational education or general education, because the boundaries are not anymore. So we are already in the future where the learning happens everywhere in a many diversified ways. So we talk about the lifelong learning perspectives, and we are creating the innovative solutions for every age population to get on board and become entrepreneurs, first of all, to think in a different way, to become solution makers and to become citizens of the future. And the novelty is that just recently, this reform team who made this happen created the new organization. This is the Lifelong Learning Laboratory, which is the new organization created, which aimed to support other countries in development to introduce their reforms with our consultancy and advice. And our team is moving from May to this new organization. So that could be a good cooperation opportunity for all the countries willing to make real changes in their skills ecosystems. Thank you very much.